Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's interview. Today, my guest, Mr. Patrick, one and only. This is the youth of our nation, and today we would like to look at the issues that are, pertaining the political of this country, and then we also want to hear the views of the young people and why they want to be part and parcel of the political of this country. Mr. Patrick, without wasting time, the first question goes, why do you think PoLYCAP IGATHE is the best choice for the president, for the Nairobi gubernatorial? What do you think? That's the question I could like you to talk about and also to give your response.
Okay, thank you very much. First, before I indulge much your question, I'd like to give a small preview of the divorce between Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto.
Okay.
The divorce always comes from one party. So the disagreement between Uhuru and Ruto actually came up when Ruto didn't give interest in the national issues, but personal. First, by undermining his senior most with the president. Second, by trying to access the president through backdoor. And if your most trusted ally becomes a suspicion, then you have to avoid him or her like a plague. I mean, that's why in recent case, you see even the president avoiding to shake the hand with Dr. William Ruto.
But Mr. Patrick, you're saying like he's undermining the president. I think it is not the right thing. He's the deputy, it is the deputy president of this country. So how will he undermine the president? Because even you, if you are the president, you are the deputy president, you have your own ambitions. You can express them, and you cannot wait to be given. Like leadership is not something like you will be given.
But initially it was yangu kumi yako kumi. It was an agreement, but instead of waiting for mine kumi to elapse, you start early campaigns. But first and foremost, Ruto was not acting on the interest of nation.
Mr. Patrick, will you mention even one role or duty that Ruto was given and he did not perform?
Actually, Ruto was the chair of cabinet, but he did not perform. There was a disagreement between the investors who are coming. When investors come to our country, they go through the chair of the cabinet. Most of them were chased away. Investors who could create jobs for the youth.
But I saw investors like there's this Iodine. When he came to Kenya, he was a friend of Ruto, and in my opinion, maybe.
For information, Iodine was not an investor.
Who was?
Where was he deported? Deportation comes about when you don't have legal requirements to be in that country. An investor has legal requirements. You understand that?
But you see, it was not given time when you come to a country. And if that is the case, to take you back, the president himself, he has been doing business with Iodine.
Okay, let's go back to your question.
Okay, so Mr.
What
Patrick,
I'm telling you
can tell me that it is true that these are all political.
No, Uhuru is not a madman
And
to delegate Ruto's powers to another person because he was not performing.
He was performing because we could see the deputy president launching so many roads.
Okay, that's what I called backdoor, because he was launching things that are supposed to be launched by the president. That's even undermining presidents in one.
Okay, having answered that, then we go direct to our question that I asked you. I hope you are not trying to run away from the question. And I'm asking you, why do you think that WILLBEAT IGATHE was the best candidate for Nairobi?
Actually, decision to reach on PoLYCAP IGATHE was in the best interest of the coalition. I think all politicians know that Kenya is now divided into two coalitions. And even if you are in URP, even if you are in ODM, even if you are in Jubilee, you know that you are under an umbrella called as a If you are in UDA or ANC, you are under umbrella called Kenya Kwanza. So for us to settle on IGATHE, we actually considered, first thing, IGATHE is intelligent. IGATHE is brilliant. IGATHE's track record speaks for itself. He has worked with companies that have performed. Secondly, Nairobi, we didn't want a politician, we wanted a manager. I can give an example. Compare the development that has been done with the Sonko, a politician, compared to, how do you call this guy? This military man, General Mbadi. Mbadi was just there as a manager with an MS. Nairobi has changed. So we do not want to repeat a situation like that.
If you say like that, Mr. Patrick, then if it's about track record, we have Tim Wanyonyi. Tim Wanyonyi, he has proved to us that indeed he's not only a politician but also a leader.
Okay, Tim Wanyonyi, there's no doubt about it. But I told you first thing, we acted in the interest of the coalition. In Azimio, we have more than 25 political parties. They all sit round the negotiation table.
I agree with you.
Senate, we agreed to give ODM, Mr. Edwin Sifuna. Women rep ODM. Why don't we give these other sister parties chance?
Thank you so
much. And it was not about individual.
You're saying we have more than 25 parties, right?
More than 25 parties.
Now, another question goes, then what about the other 23 parties? Because now you can see it is only Jubilee and ODM.
Wiper running mate, deputy governor. Wiper.
Why not women rep?
Okay. As I told you, it was in the best interest of the party. It's something we call zoning. These other parties will enjoy somewhere else.
Okay. I think that one you have answered correctly. And what about corruption cases?
Okay, corruption cases. All our candidates in Azimio were clean in terms of corruption cases. But we settled on IGATHE because he proved even by resigning when he worked with Sonko.
Just to take you back, we have Ngatia, who is a businessman who understands more about industries and also, economy, bring money to a common mwananchi. Because you see, in Nairobi, most people, they depend on business. Actually, is hand to mouth. That's what most people do. Then, why not Ngatia, but IGATHE? And then IGATHE, he has just, pumped in just less than a week.
No, you are wrong. IGATHE did not just pump in less than a week. IGATHE was there from 2017 in the limelight. Wasn't there?
But you see, he disappeared.
No, he just disappeared to re-strategize that he can come back to fight for this thing. First thing I told you, it is not about individual. It's about coalition partners, coalition interest, and your track record. Yes, IGATHE is a businessman, a good businessman. But actually, IGATHE has been in different departments. He has shown, has proven track record in wherever he has worked.
Ah,
And
Mr.
I'm telling you, are going to take this thing very early in the morning.
Mr. Patrick,
Take
before
it to the bank.
we go far, you know, Kenya, will Kenyan, trust IGATHE, like he will deliver, and yet when he was given with Mike Sonko, they were, they were picked in the same, and then he decided to run away from the government that he formed instead of perseverance and bringing a solution to that government.
Now, if your solutions can never be listened to, what do you do? And in fact, if you know that you are water and working with the oil, what do you do? In fact, it was a wrong combination. Listen, this combination that we have in 2022 is the best. Intelligent. Okay, we are mixing a manager and a politician. The DG is a politician. The governor is a manager. Unlike the other time, it was vice versa. The governor was a politician. The DG was a manager. That's why it didn't work.
Mr. Patrick, there's this thing I'm not getting out from you. The reason why we elected IGATHE to become the deputy governor of Sonko is simply because we knew Sonko, and before taking the task, it was told, it was informed, you know what, you are going to this fight knowing that you are the governor. So IGATHE, you could not just walk away.
No, the DG can never be like a governor because most duties is delegated to by the governor. So the DG cannot act like a governor unless the duties are delegated back to him. That's why they couldn't find that harmonious working environment. So Sonko could not delegate any powers to him, knowing very well that this guy is sharper. If Sonko delegated more powers to IGATHE, knowing that IGATHE is intelligent, brilliant, Nairobi could have been a better place than it is. But it didn't work out because Sonko was not ready to come down and consult.
So, okay, another question, because now such that we have SAKAJA in the picture, and you know very well that people love SAKAJA.
Which people?
The Nairobian.
No.
Because SAKAJA,
in fact, he won the Senate seat through that 54% thing.
So, Mr. Patrick, you want to say he was not elected?
No, he was elected, but he won the election. He won the election with the 54% thing. Now, let me tell you why SAKAJA is not going to win this election. First thing, do you know people who voted in Sonko? There are these few shenanigans.
They are the Kenyan.
Yeah, Nairobians. There are these few shenanigans and more intelligent Kikus who thought that at least IGATHE would add value. In fact, Sonko won election through IGATHE.
When you say that, to take you back, Sonko, in 2013, he was elected as a senator. And of course, with so many votes. So I don't understand when you say what you are trying to insinuate. I don't understand.
Okay, the first term we were trying to test, that's the first term we are trying to test things like governor, Senate. They were not there before. But it's now we have realized that we need to elect a Senate politician and a governor manager. We are just trying and testing. If you compare the performance of Sonko and Kidero, Kidero was a manager. Kidero has been in GlaxoSmithKline and several other companies. He tried.
What
compared to Sonko, I'm saying compared to Sonko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Compared to Sonko, that is right. So, in terms of tyrant of numbers, what do you see? In Nairobi, we have the Kikuyu, and yeah. How will Sakaja? How is it going that IGATHE will win this?
Actually,
and not SAKAJA.
Kikuyu make up almost 45% of Nairobi, followed by Luyas. And actually, if you other tribes who are in Azimio will vote for IGATHE, given that team is now contorted with the parliamentary seat of Western. Yeah. So I wonder where SAKAJA will get votes.
But you see, in Nairobi, we have the Karenjin.
They make up what percentage?
Of course.
Negligible. Okay, that's negligible. Let me tell you. In Nairobi, we count on Kikuyus and Luyas. IGATHE has chosen a running mate. He's from Ukambani. Those are votes in one basket. Although Kikuyus, they may vote 50-50 because of UDA, but I'm telling you, IGATHE is going to take this thing very early in the morning and take it to the bank. Kisis, Luos, Luyas, maybe half of Kikuyus, Kambas. Who is going to vote for?
But you see, UDA, now as we are talking right now, it's becoming popular in Nairobi.
Okay, after zoning, actually, if I have that list, it's popular among the people who don't understand what is politics. People who don't understand what is their bottom-up model. People who are just overjoyed by pesa mfukoni, think that money will come to their pocket. But in reality, zoning, ODM will take all the constituencies that have been allocated to ODM. Jubilee out of 8, I'm sure it's going to take around 5 or 4.
5.
Wiper has been allocated 1, and he's going to take Mr. Mawad is going to take it. So I don't know the popularity of UDA in Nairobi, and I'm telling you that we are going to take the 3 cities. The swing city is Nakuru. The swing city.
I think time will tell. I think with time, we will know who is who, and why you are saying so. I think we are going to see in the near future, because right now we have around 3 months to
The general election.
election.
And one day in politics, it's like a million days.
I
Things
agree
are going to
that,
change.
that's
Things
what
are going to
I
change.
can agree with you, because even the IGATHE becoming the best aspirant in Nairobi, I don't understand. And
You
still
still don't
it's a
understand.
question. It's
I
a
told
question.
you,
It's a question. Like we need to see with time how it is going to happen, and we'll tell. Kenyans will decide. Of course, Kenyans have the final word in term when it comes to these. But so the other question, like I could like you to tell me. I've seen there was nominations that have gone that have happened, and then now since you have talked about parties, I would like you to alter your views on these, you know, celebrities who have come to politics. We have seen Bahati, that is in total Diana as people call him. The Jubilee Party decided to ask him to, you know,
To step down for an ODM candidate, actually. You know, everything was acted in the interest of the coalition.
But you are youth of this country. Bahati is a youth of this country. Why is it? And you know, Mr. Patrick, this channel, we nurture the youths. We want the youths to get to power. But you
You mean we as in Azimio?
No. You
Just
are youth.
politician.
You are youth like me. Why are you not advocating for other youths to get to power? People like Jarango.
So then that means we are advocating.
We're not advocating
You
because
find that even UDA, the lady who won a certain women reposition, she's 24 years. For us, we have Jalang here. But I'm
what
telling
about
you,
to believe?
those ones who
That's
are
the
told to
question
step
that I'm
aside,
asking you.
I'm telling you, those ones who are told to step aside, actually the party was acting in the interest of the coalition. You know, it's not about an individual.
So you want to tell Kenyans that in Azimio, there's nothing like the ground is good for you, so you have the numbers, but you are only considering the party decision.
Yeah, the ground may be good at you, but you know, once you know that we are in a coalition, you know, this is not like 2007 where it was party against party. It's a coalition against a coalition. Even the Kenya Kwanza side has its own arrangements, you see, and they are all similar. The main target is to win. Yeah. If I tell you to step down from me, then we will join the powers and win.
Mr. Patrick, do you think maybe when you are going with the party, the ground is different, then you are giving an opportunity to the opponent with from...
No, let me tell you. Do you know why?
United Democratic Alliance.
Okay, let me tell you the reason why. It's nothing. There's nothing like the ground is good for you. These things were being done due to zoning. If you find like in Dagoret North, Jubilee candidate was told to step down because this is an ODM stronghold. There's nothing like ground is good for you. Even where Bati was trying to vie, it's an ODM stronghold. Why should we go all of us and fail rather than choose one and go through?
You know, sometimes I'm a youth and then I'm thinking like I've spent a lot of money to convince my people to come and vote for me, and then you, as a party, now you tell me to step down for someone. Do you think it's fair?
Okay, it may seem unfair, but with that interest of collision at heart, you don't need to take it as unfair. If you're really a politician, you know that this is not, there's only one position, but we still have more positions coming up after we have taken over the government. Nominations, government appointments, they will come. Just a matter of being perseverant.
Okay, in other words, you're saying when you are a politician, you must be loyalty. Loyal must be something that is always there, and our friends Mandag always says, like, in politics, it's not something you put into
put in the lungs.
You put it in the lungs. When you breathe it out, it is easy even to breathe it out.
And let me assure you, those one who defected to independent, I'm telling you, very few of them are going to make it. I'm telling you. Because Kenya is now either Azimio or...
But you see, I wonder, even people like Kostani, Karibu Kostani, in UDA, I believe there is the democracy in UDA.
Nothing like in democracy.
Nothing
like in democracy. See what happened in Cherangani. What happened in Cherangani?
But
Alfred won.
Kitari
Won. The certificate was taken from him. So there's nothing like, in fact, we in ODM, it's better to tell you to step down. It's better we tell you to step down.
Let me tell you. You're trying to talk about this guy, Alfred Kitari. can I tell you one thing about that guy? There's been a criticism of the Uda party. If he's not supporting the deputy president.
No, he has been supporting him, but only on positive things. You can't support somebody even on negative things. You know, his loudest cry came during maize scandal. Actually, he was telling Ruto, why are our tribesmen dying of hunger with their maize rotting in the farm while we are importing maize from Mexico? He was just asking Ruto why.
Let me thank you so much.
Party loyalists don't go beyond that.
Okay. Now, Mr. Patrick, now what you can do, let me give you 30 seconds or a minute to tell Kenyans why you're so strong, supporter of Azimio and Jubilee, not United Democratic Alliance, that is talking about the common mwananchi, bringing money in the pocket, and bringing those who are so down up.
I may be having a degree, and the only way you can uplift me up if it's through wheelbarrow, then I won't accept it.
But
let me tell you why I'm supporting Azimio. Azimio actually, in terms of corruption, Azimio is free from corruption. The conspicuous corruption, I mean. If you look at those ones who are in Kenya Kwanza, most of them, the history tells itself. And we should make our decision basing on the past, not on false promises.
But people change.
That's why in USA, even when Obama was running for president, he went down to apologize to a student whom he gave a slap in the university. But in Kenya, do our politicians come and ask for forgiveness? No.
So in other words, if Ruto comes and asks for forgiveness from
I'm not mentioning the Ruto actually. I'm just saying that in Azimio, people are clean compared to Kenya Kwanza. And you as a journalist, you know these things. So it's only for those one who can read between the lines that can distinguish between the chaff and grain. And after all, actually, Baba has been fighting for this country before even we were born. Now some people are saying Baba is a project. We're 21 years old, saying that Baba is a project. Baba has been fighting for this country.
But you see,
this freedom of expression we're talking about, fathers, Baba has been fighting.
But you see,
Baba has scars.
Mr. Patrick, you see, if Baba was not supported by the states, then everyone will not be saying like...
No, Baba is not supported by the state. You said Uhuru has one vote. So let just that one vote for Baba. It's not about state. And everybody has actually freedom
to choose whoever he wants.
To choose where to belong, actually. If Uhuru has chosen to belong to Baba's side, what's wrong with that?
Oh, we can share so much. Viewers, thank you so much for having time, and thank you for supporting this channel. This is the only forum where we talk about the youths of this country, and we try to listen to them. You can take a minute to subscribe and also like this channel so that it can grow. Thank you for having time.
Okay.
It was next time.
Welcome.
And I know Kenyans will comment and say something of what we have said today.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.